All right, guys, welcome to the very first episode of H&S Outdoors podcast. Big thank you to Buddy Brown for letting us use his music to welcome y'all here. My name is Mike. I got my buddy on the line here, Ryan. I'm coming to you from Eastern North Carolina. Ryan, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Ryan Havens. I'm from Southwest Virginia.
All right, Southwest Virginia. I was born and raised right there where Ryan's from. The military brought me down here to Eastern North Carolina. Ryan, how's your deer season going, buddy?
And it's going good. The rut's in now, and I don't think the rut's at its peak yet, but the does are starting to get chased by the ducks a little bit. And usually if you see those, you wait a little bit, there's usually a nice sized duck coming in behind them, so it's going pretty good.
That's what I like to hear, man. A buddy of mine just called me earlier today. Um, he's been hunting down here in Jacksonville, close to where I'm hunting at, and he told me bucks are going crazy down here right now too. I'm pretty excited about it. The weather here's finally gotten cold. It's down in about the 30s tonight, so I'm pretty excited about this deer season.
Oh yeah, muzzleloader season. The early muzzleloader season here in Southwest Virginia is pretty successful for me. There's deer everywhere. You can just drive down the road and look in the field, and they're everywhere. It's unbelievable.
Man, you can't beat that. See, here in Eastern North Carolina, I got an advantage that you don't have, and that's that rifle season is actually the whole deer season. So when October rolls around, your bow season, my rifle season's actually starting.
Right.
So I got that to my advantage. But before we get into talking about hunting and stuff, I want to tell a quick fishing story.
All right.
This was time. It was about I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. I can't remember right off. I was trout fishing there. I think I was fishing with you that day, trout fishing in Virginia.
Yep.
And man, we wasn't catching a thing. But I remember it like it was yesterday. I was sitting there. I was throwing. I think I was using a rattle trap at the time. I was throwing it out there. I hear biggest splash of my life. I look over. You fell in the creek. Man, you cry about that to this day.
I don't know if I cried or not, but I sure did get wet.
if
Has cold water too. Still late winter, I guess. Early spring and late winter. It's still pretty cold out.
Yeah, it was pretty cold out, buddy. If you go to our Facebook page, there's a link to our website. The actual blog post is on there, the actual true story of what happened. Go on there and check that out. But I want to talk to you a little bit about trout fishing. Now, trout fishing, a lot of people think of it like bass fishing, but a lot of people don't know you can catch rainbow trout off a kernel of corn.
Best thing to use.
Oh, yes, sir. You ain't kidding. But to get us started here today, I want to talk about a couple of different calibers because this is a big topic, and I'm going to have a different opinion than you have and what everybody listening to has. Um, Ryan, what's your favorite caliber to hunt deer with?
I'd have to say it all varies on what type of terrain I'm hunting in, whether it be field or the woods. Typically, if I'm in the woods, I like my old 30-30 and heavy brush. I mean, it gets the job done. If I'm out in the fields, I like something with a little bit more range. So I usually go with a 270 or 7mm Remington Magnum, and they get the job done just as well. But it just all depends with me on what type of terrain I'm hunting in and what range I'm planning on shooting.
I got you. I got you. See, down here in Eastern North Carolina, I've got a little bit of a dilemma going. See, I hunt game lands and private land. Well, when I hunt the game lands, I got to use my old 12 gauge shotgun. It's a Mossberg 835 Unimag. It's my turkey gun, but I got different chokes for it so I can shoot the double aught buck out of it.
Right.
But on private land, it's pretty much free game, and I prefer the 30-06. Now, most of your deer
Yeah.
shots are going to be between 50 yards and 150 yards. So I'm thinking, go ahead.
And what I like, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good, man.
What I like about the 30-06 is you got a wider range of bullet selection from what you do with most any other deer caliber. You can go all the way from a 150 all the way up to a 220 grain bullet, and it just lot of different hunters and what their needs are, whether it be range or if they want plenty of knockdown power. So 30-06 does, they did have that advantage over a lot of other calibers.
Yeah, that's true. And the 30-06, you know, it's been around for a long, long time. You know, you never have a problem finding ammo on a 30-06. Now, a 22 long rifle, that's a whole different subject for a whole different day. But I tell you,
for 30-06, the ammo is pretty affordable too. So it's another thing.
oh yeah. Now, the first deer I ever killed was with a single shot New England Firearms 270. Now, what I liked about that 270, man, it had some knockdown power. That deer I didn't have to track it at all.
All right.
You know, it just like you said, it depends on the terrain. You know, 30-06 is a good all around caliber, but if I'm in the deep brush like here in eastern North Carolina, if I'm not using my shotgun, I like a 30-30. You can't beat a 30-30. What do you think?
I love my 30-30. I personally haven't killed a deer with it yet. That's our one rifle we're here in Southwest Virginia with this year. But my old man, he's killed truckloads of deer with his, and he gets the job done, it looks like.
Hey, that's an idea right there. What do you think about your dad coming on the podcast? You think he'd be up for it?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he would. We just have to, yeah, I'm sure he'd be fine with that.
Okay, hey, Junior Havens, I know you're listening to this. Here's your open invitation to come on the podcast. Same for you, Buddy Brown. I know I sent you a message there on Facebook. I'm waiting to hear back from you. Here's both of y'all's open invitations.
Sounds good.
Now, let me ask you this, Ryan. Are you stand hunting this year, or are you stalking?
I hunt from the ground, actually. I find me a place where there's plenty of deer sign, looks like they're passing through regular, and I'll usually just find me a good tree and just sit down beside the tree. I've had plenty of luck with that, so that's pretty much how I hunt.
I'm the same way, man. I prefer being on the ground. I don't like being up in a tree.
Especially when that wind starts blowing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just more of a ground guy myself.
Oh, yes, sir. I'm with you on that. I'm thinking about the property I'm hunting this year. I'm thinking about getting a box stand sitting about 8 feet off the ground. You ever hunted out of those?
I have not, actually.
Me either, so I'm going to have to do a little bit more research. Anybody out there that's listening to this, if you have any comments about hunting in the box stand, send them to our Facebook page. We check it regularly.
You can also get us at our email address, hnsoutdoors @gmail.com, and I check it just about every day.
Yep.
So if you want to get us there too.
Yep. Same here. I check it every day just to see, what's going on, and if anybody has any questions, comments, what we can do to make our stuff better, just let us know. There's one pretty awesome thing that we have planned coming up for you. It's probably going to be about 8 months in the making, but I'm going to tell you about it now. So bear with us on this. We're going to have some hunting and fishing shows coming up to you here soon. What do you got planned on in your neck of the woods there, Ryan?
Well, I'm actually planning a hog hunt up in West Virginia about after the first of the year. And I'm going to take my camera with me and hopefully get some good footage. And hopefully get enough footage to make a show out of.
Okay. What kind of camera are you using?
Actually, it varies right now. I got a Nikon. To be honest with you, I don't really know what it is. It's a Nikon Coolpix. And it works pretty well, but I'm actually on the market for a new video camera. So.
Okay, I got you. Hey, Walmart's going to have their GoPros on sale for about $130 here on, I believe it's Black Friday. It's something you might want to check out. I'm going to check it out myself.
Sounds good. There's one question before we get too far off subject that was brought to my attention the other day. It was a guy had asked me, he said, Ron, he said, I'm going elk hunting here next year or two. And he said, I don't plan on elk hunting but every 2 or 3 years. And he said, I want a caliber that would suit elk hunting and whitetail hunting since I'm going to mostly be whitetail hunting with it. And he asked me what my opinion was on it. So I told him, this is my opinion, and I'm not I'm not saying that this is the only way to go. But there's been truckloads of deer killed and elk killed with the 243 and 270. If you're a good shot, those would work just fine. But I myself would start with around the 7mm and work my way up. 7mm is a good gun for whitetail and elk. There's plenty of range on them, and there's plenty of knockdown power. Or you could go with a 280. They work pretty well for both. A 300 Win Mag or a short Magnum, they work pretty well too from what I've heard. But if you want something that's easy to find ammo for and cheaper to find ammo for, I'd just honestly go with the 30-06 or 308. To be honest with you, that would be my two pick out of all the different calibers out there for elk and whitetail. If you want range or knockdown power, they both fit that very well. So.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a caliber out there that'll be good for both, and that's the 300 Win Mag. Now I don't have one myself, but a good buddy of mine, and you know him as well, has one, and I've seen it knock down whitetail like crazy.
Oh yeah, and another thing that comes into effect when you're choosing a caliber is, are you afraid of the recoil or the noise? A lot of people get a gun that sounds like a mule, and they're afraid to shoot it. And when they get that trophy buck out there, they sometimes have a tendency to pull off whenever they shoot because of the recoil. If you're afraid of the recoil, I definitely go with a smaller caliber, like 308 or 30-06. But the 300, man, you can't go wrong with that for deer or elk.
Oh no! Well, shoot, man, when you're talking about recoil, that brings me up to a story. First time I ever shot a 12 gauge. It was my pawpaw's 12 gauge. Probably, I think he said he got it in the 1960s. Man, I don't remember how old I was, but I pulled the trigger on that thing. The gun shot out of my hand, done a 360 in the air, fell on the ground, and fell apart. You want to talk about a bad day at the office?
I'm sure.
All right, we're going to take a little pause right here from a word from our sponsors. I'm just kidding. We don't have sponsors. This is word of mouth. So if you like what you're hearing, or you think you're going to like what you're hearing later on down the road, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and check us out on our Facebook page, H&S Outdoors. Shoot us an email at hnsoutdoors@gmail.com. We also have a YouTube channel that's linked to our Facebook page as well. So, get on there and check us out. This is just a quick introduction of who we are, what we do, kind of thing. Ryan, you got any last comments or anything?
Actually, there is something else I'd like to talk about real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, down here in Southwest Virginia, I love to rifle hunt, but my main passion for hunting is in muzzleloading. And I just like to get, whoever's listening to this out there, I'd like to get your opinion on different loads. I myself shoot 100 grain of powder. I shoot 2 Paradex pellets, 50 caliber or 50 grain each, with a 250 grain powder belt bullet. And I'm gonna switch up here soon and try different loads throughout my gun. But I just like to get y'all's opinion on the loads y'all shoot and to see what I can get from that. And I'd appreciate that a lot.
Okay. Well, if you have an opinion about that, again, shoot us an email. Ask us on our Facebook page or tell us on our Facebook page. You can comment on the YouTube link. That's all I got. Ryan, you got anything else, buddy?
That's it.
All right, man. Well, hey, buddy, it was good talking to you. Let's go ahead and wrap this up with a quick prayer, and we'll head on down the road.
All right.
Father, I thank you for everything that you've done in our lives. Thank you for always being with us, and I do ask that you continue to guide us and that you be with everybody that's listening to this podcast and guide them and be with us at all times. It's through Jesus that I pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, folks. We'll catch you later down the road.